I want you guys to really sit down and think about this after the video is over, because this is insane. If the path that Oda could be taking at this point in time, Oda could be setting every building block now for Luffy in this arc. And it's insane when I think about it. But last chapter of One Piece, 1017, so many theories, so many possibilities. A lot of folks talking about Shanks, a lot of folks talking about Dragon, talking about Garp, talking about the world government, and talking about Emu. There's so many different things on folks' minds. And of course, I'm talking about the Gomu Gomu no Mi and Who's Who. At the end, latest chapter of One Piece 1017, Who's Who talks to Jinbei about various things. But the key thing here is that he was in jail for, let's assume Impel Down, obviously, for a decade or so, because of a mistake that he made 12 years ago, wherein which the Gomu Gomu no Mi was taken from a world government ship 12 years ago. And Who's Who, I think it's safe to assume that he probably escaped during the whole Blackbeard thing, but when you think about all the possibilities, all the possible theories, whether it involves, again, Shanks, whether it involves Rob Lucci, whether it involves Emu, whether it involves Monkey D. Dragon, whatever you want to think about, the core thing that's come to your mind is, why now? Why now? And now will be a good time to give your boy some love. Give your boy some love.
Lovely.
With a thumbs up, a subscription, and click on the bell to join the notification squad. That'd be awesome as all hell. With that being said, enough selling out. Why now? Maybe it's a nothing burger, and it's all there to build up Who's Who. After all, we do know that the agents of Cypher Pole, of the world government, them getting punished for grave mistakes, that's not nothing new. We've seen it before in the story. Maybe the government ship that we heard about was just collecting devil fruits for their agents or for Marines to use. We know in the case of Caulifla, in the case of Kaku, they had those two powers in storage to give to their agents if they accomplish good missions. Stuff like that. If you want to go deeper, which you can obviously go, I mean, again, this chapter is such a theory-based chapter. It is teeming, riddled with possibilities, unlimited power when it comes to theories. There are power scaling chapters, and then there's theory chapters, where there's so many theories they can base the chapter off of. It's insane. So the theorists are having a field day right now. Oh, going to the chalkboard, writing up all sorts of different things, all sorts of calculations and so on. They're going hard. If you want to go deeper, which you can clearly do that, this may involve Emu in some capacity, where the Gomu Gomu no Mi, having ties to Emu, maybe having ties to the giant strap that we see in the vault. That's what came to my mind first. I'm not gonna lie to you. When I read the chapter, and you'll see my live reaction later this week, the first thing that came to my mind was the giant straw hat in the vault, because Who's Who was punished, spent a decade in jail because of that one mistake of not getting the Gomu Gomu no Mi, which shows you the value of the Gomu Gomu no Mi, at least potentially the value of that ability. So the list goes on, but the implication here is, of course, far bigger than just a nothing burger or just we're gonna go collect some devil fruits. No. The implication is far, far bigger. And just how Momonosuke's fruit was discussed and mentioned in this arc, we can now expect Momonosuke to do something big later on in this arc. And of course, a lot of folks theorize it involves Onigashima falling onto Wano country, but Momonosuke controlling Kaido's flame clouds, or making his own flame clouds to save Wano country, the flower capital, specifically from destruction from Onigashima falling. It could be something like that. Even though I argue he's so young, like, how's that possible? But we have to wait and see how that rolls. Regardless of what happens, it's safe to assume that Momonosuke is going to do something big with his abilities, because we had the mentioning of his powers by CP0. And I'm also reminded of Law's devil fruit, the Opi Opi no Mi, and how valuable it was, and why Dofi / the Marines world government, how they also won as well, for the immortality surgery. Man. take the same concept of the Opi Opi no Mi and the relevance of Momo's fruit now and apply that to the Gomu Gomu no Mi. It's not a mistake on Oda's part to mention this now, specifically at this junction. There is a hidden ability or feature of the Gomu Gomu no Mi that at this point in time Luffy doesn't have access to. What does that sound like? As insane as that sounds, this could be happening in this arc of Wano Country. The Devil Fruit Awakening. To me, it's crazy as all hell. But when you think about Luffy not even beating Kaido at this point in time, even after the Conqueror Haki realization, even after the Rio Haki training, Kaido is, after all, I would argue, he is one of the top fighters in the verse. He's top 4 without a doubt. Kaido is that high on the pecking order. And last arc, Luffy was struggling immensely so with Katakuri, Big Mom's right-hand man. There is a large gap of power between Katakuri and Kaido, obviously. And I would argue to this day that it's not a clear W on Luffy's part, to say the least. And I've always pictured this fight with Kaido. We've seen the group battle, obviously. And I wanted to see Yamato plus. So let's say Yamato, Zoro, maybe all the strats in the totality, maybe Law. However it would roll out, it would be Yamato and then some, or at least Yamato, with Luffy 1v2 minimum against Kaido. But maybe Oda genuinely intends for Luffy to finish this 1v1. And given how his past fights have gone before, that tends to be the case here, where it winds up being 1v1. Which sounds kind of crazy because, I mean, this is Kaido. Land, sea, or air, Kaido is said to be the strongest. 1v1, you bet. You put all of your money, you put all of your Dogecoin on Kaido. And even though Luffy, as I said before, does grow at a very fast rate, an accelerated growth rate compared to the people in the story, mainly his peers, Luffy's strongest attack, his strongest state, is probably incoming. And Oda did respond to a question in SBS about Gear 5. Conqueror's Haki is now in play. We can take this aspect of Conqueror's Haki and then build a Gear 5 from that. No. What if genuinely so, the Gear 5 is Awakening based? Or has the culmination of Conqueror's Haki and Awakening? Whatever Gear 5 is, Gear 5 could be based on something that is the Awakening. Or, if it's not an Awakening, whatever unique aspect of the Gomu Gomu no Mi that the world government will find so valuable, that would give Luffy the final edge he needs over Kaido. As crazy as it sounds, that could genuinely be the thing that Oda is setting up for. Because I've noticed that there's a cycle. Think of it like a circle of powers that we've noticed Luffy grow and utilize in Wano Country. It starts off with Urashima and the Devil Fruit power that we see grow, where he's able to actually expand his arm into a pseudo Gear 3. Then it winds up being the Conqueror's Haki, where he's knocked out the Kaido fight, but he knocks out people unconsciously with the Conqueror's Haki. And then finally, it's him wanting to learn Armor Haki and bypassing Kaido's scales. So we start off the latter half of the circle with the Armor Haki, where he learns the real Haki first from Hyogoro. Then he figures out the realization of Conqueror's Haki against Kaido. We complete the circle where it all started off with the Devil Fruit realization. At the final hour against Kaido, Luffy figures out something once again with his Devil Fruit, and Luffy achieves Awakening. Or, if it's not an Awakening, whatever the world government found valuable about the Gomu Gomu no Mi, that comes to the forefront. And with that, one-on-one, Luffy defeats Kaido. It's tough. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. So much in one arc. But this is Yonko Kaido. And we said before for a while now that Wano Country is the arc to segue to the finale of the One Piece series itself. And I've said before a few times that Luffy, come the end of the series, will be probably the strongest character in the verse, with the exception of two guys, potentially, Blackbeard and Emu. Man. I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But you have to think about why now. Why are we getting this now? In Wano Country. And Oda could be making a crazy play. Oda could be going straight up insane. Like that. For Monkey D. Luffy. So let me know your stance on the subject matter at hand. I understand that there's a lot of things about Destiny 2, and folks want to go into the whole Destiny thing, but another time. I don't want to go that route just yet, because there's issues when it comes to Roger and Sebek and the Gum Gum Num. Let's another video, another time. Let me know your stance on the subject matter at hand. I'm going to see y'all later. You guys and gals, stay safe, be easy, take care.